My brothers and sisters, hello. Welcome back to Soul Talk. I hope you are enjoying this beautiful day. So today what we're going to talk about is I want to talk about the process of unlearning versus learning. Although hopefully you're always trying to learn something new every day, keeping your third eye open, searching for the clues, to all the answers and the riddles that we're looking at every day. But I also want to talk about the importance of the process of unlearning and what it means to unlearn. What I mean by unlearning, if you're not familiar. So unlearning is all about deprogramming. And deprogramming is all about releasing yourself from that congestion, alleviating the density of this planet and this human existence and experience. Although it is beautiful at times, there's many lies that we are being fed every day. It really seemed to start with Western culture, if you haven't really noticed that by now. It's funny that they even call it Western culture, because it seems that Western culture is all about undoing what other cultures have represented and have been about. Just the way that Americans live their life these days. It's so far away from what we were originally about, and the government and whatnot, they'll tell you that this is a good thing, right? That we've evolved. And it's just funny that they can sell it to you like that. They can sell it to us like that. Although I guess you'd have to be a buyer in order for them to really sell it to you. So you don't have to buy it, but it is constantly being thrown at you if you're the kind of person that watches television, which I really have given up. I mean, I think the only kind of reprieve that I have from doing spiritual work and research is really comedy. That's a good relief, because you got to be able to laugh. Can't always be so serious, but I mean, on the commercials and the television and whatnot, they're just trying to sell you these unrealistic expectations that you should hold for yourself on what beauty is supposed to look like and what success is supposed to look like. All of those things are really dependent upon a matter of opinion, I think. But what do I know? So the unlearning and the deprogramming is all about, going back to your roots of it, where you originally started and came from. It's a really important work to be doing, to finding out your lineage and what your real culture is about. Not about the white appropriation culture, deciding what is or is not okay, just about who we really are. So, we've kind of gone over already who it is that we really are, and also, again, it's a matter of opinion, I suppose, but it's really important to realize that all of those expectations that were set up for us are just, that's just someone else's opinion. It doesn't have to be the way that you live your life. It really shouldn't be the way that you live your life. It's unhealthy, it's toxic, it's unrealistic. I mean, It doesn't have to be your reality whatsoever. You can completely love your body exactly for what it is, exactly for who it is. You can see those flaws as advances because, you know, there's certain things that you have that maybe someone else physically doesn't have, and that's okay. It's really beautiful to be able to recognize someone else and their differences for being something that is a gift. We're all given gifts, right? Gifts and challenges, checks and balances. All of these things occur in our daily lives all the time. So, yeah, the process of unlearning, unplugging in a way, or plugging, the way that you think about it really, is waking up. This process of a waking up, and it's all about, you know, it really goes into becoming more free, taking off the shackles that society has placed upon you. This sort of society that has been built around Western culture that doesn't serve you. It was meant to cage you, not to free you. So you, if you're waiting for someone to free you, if you're waiting for God or some kind of spiritual leader or something, some kind of religious belief to free you, I'm sorry to say that it's really not coming, because what you're looking for is that understanding within yourself. If you're really thinking that you're searching for other people to accept you, that just has to do with the ego. It's not really you. Who you are at the core of your being, that being of light, is really just seeking more light. And so so this process of awakening that you're going through is a process that you really need to trust. You need to just trust the process. If it's uncomfortable for you, deal with being uncomfortable. Human beings don't like to be uncomfortable because they think that there's no end to the discomfort. Like it's just going to stay at that level. And the thing is that nothing just stays on one level. And we as human beings are constantly making waves. Or we as these beings of light are constantly making waves. There are waves all over the planet, energetic waves, that these frequencies that we're on, so that it's impossible to just stay at one level of consciousness or existence at all times. And that's the whole point of enlightenment, right? Is to gain a higher perspective. So it truly is important for you to just trust the process, to trust yourself and your intuition, to trust your body, really. I mean, go off of what your body feels. I truly believe that you should go off of what your body feels, because it will surprise you in so many ways, and you'll find that your sense of judgment, your sense of self was a lot higher than you really thought that it was. So that's a huge part of becoming free. You know, the unlearning is all about freeing yourself, about opening up your mind, opening up your third eye, raising your levels of consciousness. It's really important that you just keep going with it, because there's going to be parts of you that wants to give up and just go back to sleep. And I'm sorry to tell you that it's just not that easy. You can't just do that. You can't just simply go back to the disillusionment and put the veil over your eyes anymore. You know, you've seen things that you can't unsee. And so maybe the process of unlearning is really about remembering, you know, remembering what you once knew. Maybe not in this life, maybe not in the last one, maybe 3 or 4 lives ago, you don't know. But there are things that you've experienced in the past that you don't remember necessarily. But I'm sure you have these feelings all the time. These feelings that you say, well, I just have a feeling that this is where I'm supposed to go. I have a feeling that I'm called to go here. I have a feeling that I belong in Italy, but you don't really know why. It's probably because at some point you were there already, and so you are being called back to one of your homes. So trust that intuition. If there's somewhere that you really feel like you're called to go to, you just need to go. You just need to go and do it. So, you know, freedom, it's not all just about giving up your 9-to-5 job. I mean, sure, that's a part of it, but there are many of you that feel, just as I felt before, that there were certain responsibilities that I had to, own up to. Rent you gotta pay, car you gotta pay for. I mean, these are all choices. Those aren't real responsibilities. The real responsibility, the only real responsibility that you have to yourself, besides, being happy and surviving, is just truly about raising your awareness, about raising yourself, because we're really just little children. If you think about it like this, all this congestion that's here on this planet is from centuries of beings learning things that really didn't serve them. They accepted these belief systems of these false truths. They're not real. All of these illusions. And so it's important to realize that all of us here are just children. Our parents really don't know so much more than we do. And that's why, if you notice, as you get older, there's so much that you're able to teach your parents now that they have no idea about. And that's because they're still children too. They never really had a mother or a father. So you can be that for yourself. All those unique relationships that you're looking for, all these roles that you're searching for, you're really looking for yourself. So you can be your own mother and your own father. You can be your own lover and your own friend. I'm sure the theory of oneness is, since we are all one, we definitely do all coexist here. But really, at the end of the day, who are you left with? And most of the time, you don't even want to look in the mirror. Most of the time, you don't even look in the mirror. I mean, really look at yourself. Do you ever look into your own eyes and realize that there are entire universes just within your eyes? Do you ever really take a look at what you look like? And it's probably because you still have some insecurities. It's not like I'm a finished project. It's not like I wake up every morning and I just think the sun shines out of my ass. I mean, sometimes I do. But that's just because sometimes it really feels like the sun is just shining from all over me because I have awakened to myself in a certain way. I know that I am a being of light. I know that. I know that that is a power that I have. And it's a power that you have too. You just might not have awakened to it yet. So love your body. Loving your body is another way to free yourself, because it has a lot to do with what they're trying to sell us is the anti-love of our body, the opposite of love. It's a hatred of our body. And that just doesn't serve you. That's a waste of your energy and your time. Why not just love yourself? I know that I make it sound like it's so simple. It does take time. There are certain physical practices that you can do that will help you with that. Hi. Sorry about that. So anyways, there are certain physical practices you can do, like I talked about in one of my other videos about how to be inside your body. I would suggest watching that, but just, yoga. Yoga is probably the best way to truly be inside your body and to accept yourself. Being in nature too will do that to you, because it's really hard to feel ugly when you're looking at something that you find to be so beautiful. And because if you take away that expectation of the self, as if we're supposed to look exactly like that, you realize that you do look like that, just in a different way. And so anyways, truly being inside your body, loving yourself, releasing yourself from those things, finding freedom, that's how you unlearn. That's a huge process of the unlearning process. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit today. Trusting yourself and your intuition, and the awakening that you're going through. It's a lot of fun when you really trust it. You'll realize that there's so much out there, and yeah, sometimes it'll feel overwhelming, especially to you highly sensitive beings or empathic beings. channelers or oracles, because there are many of these things, and if you don't know what any of these things are yet, we'll break it down in each of the videos. You know, we got the time to do it, so for any of you, it might be really hard to learn these things day by day and try to apply them to your life, and that's not necessarily just the point. It's just realizing that there are tools out there for you to use. So use them. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of the knowledge that is really within your body. Take advantage of the knowledge that is out there for you, because it's been placed out there by plenty of other people like me that are just looking to help and connect you to yourself and to the source. So keep any of these things in mind. You know? Because when we get away from that overwhelming part of it, when we can step outside of that, we really see how it's all just magical. It's magical information that we're using. It's medicine. Medicine to heal us from years and years of abuse and conjunction and disillusionment. It's to help us from that and open our eyes truly. To truly open your eyes. To look at the sun. You ever really looked at the sun? If you're a sun gazer like I am, then maybe you're thinking, Shay, I already know what the sun looks like. I know how beautiful it is. But truly, look at the elements around you. Feel the air on your face. Hear the birds chirping. Feel the sun on your skin. And realize what a magic trick it is in and of itself for you to even be here. So, free yourself. Free yourself. And I'm sure that you'll find you're a lot more peaceful, a lot more blissful. And that it's not just about your job that's holding you back. Because sometimes, even when people are freed from their jobs or they have all the money in the world, they still find that they're depressed. They still find that they're lost. And why is that? Because they haven't searched deep enough. So, look deeper. I don't think that you'll find a lot of things that you don't like. I mean, there are going to be things about yourself that you might not like and you want to work through. But if you keep diving, if you keep digging, I'm sure that you'll find a way to remove those templates, to create new paradigms within your life, new possibilities, new realities, and alleviate that stress. You know, I mean, yeah, half the time looking at the things that we don't like about ourselves is really how we're able to see the light in the first place. I mean, darkness is just the absence of light. So really all that ever exists is light. Anyways, thank you for stopping by today. I see you. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day.